find me on Fiverr at fiverr.com/gamergirlcalva or by looking up gamergirlcalva where I can say funny little things at the starting price of $5. Last time on Danganronpa Lapse.
6 digits? No fucking way. I know 6 digits. 11037.
That's not 6 digits, idiot! That's 5!
Oh!
And now back to please don't let my favorite side again. I can't do it anymore, please.
Canon freely admitted that she caused harm to Forte, but to know why she meant to do such a thing caused an anticipation to rise in my chest. I've been in this specific state for a while. I had either strange intuition or just another strain of bad luck let me on. What made me act was finally seeing the mystery announcer in the testing chambers. Echo and Lyle discovered Gaia, the voice behind Eve, so naturally the other encapsulated person must be Say's connection. But what made you suspect Zero and Say had a connection to begin with? I noticed the reaction to the first killing game announcement. She was transfixed on that voice as if she'd heard it before. It's a small detail, but I couldn't shake it. From day one, I've only ever been suspicious of her. You will say, by laying low, she was playing the long game. That plan had to backfire eventually, right? Ooh, okay. So I slipped out while Gaia, Echo, and Lyle were talking. I had to investigate my apprehensions about her. Returning to the foyer, I moved warily. But I didn't find any traces on the first floor. The only thing I found was a photo and a puncture mark on the wall near the elevator. I just missed them. I noticed the elevator was at the trial grounds. I called for the elevator to follow after. Upon arrival, the doors opened and Missy was suddenly flung into the elevator cab with me. Just dropped in, bloody, her head hung low. I thought she might have been dead. I looked in to see who her assailant was and saw Say and Forte in the middle of a struggle. Oh, shit. Forte, you look so good. Ah, why did you have to die? You were literally the best boy. Even though Forte had a dagger in his hand, Say was the one with blood all over her hands. He must have pulled the weapon away from her just after her attack. My suspicions about Say were confirmed. He was under our noses the whole time, waiting for the right moment to strike. Missy's revolver had fallen out of her coat pocket. I grabbed it and didn't think twice. I fired towards Say. Well, I thought I did. Oh, damn it! Oh, fuck! Oh, man! The lights went out seconds after and I couldn't see where my shot landed. I couldn't run in and check either since the elevator shut in my face and mechanically returned me and Missy to the foyer. I ran. A shot was fired, Missy was unconscious, a blackout overtook everything. Does that statement help? There we have it, a confession! What? Wait for what? Is there any reason for us not to accept this as truth? Well, no, but that might not be all. But Kale said she fired the revolver. A gun wound where? And that doesn't explain the lacerations. We can't ignore the one thing the Monokuma file detailed for us. There has to be some sort of relevance. It's within reason for me to doubt that fact, aren't I? I can explain them. Oh, really, Say, can you? What? How? Because he stabbed me in the abdomen after he was shot. Oh! Say! Why? What? Oh, now the question is, when did he die? When did he die? Did he die after the gunshot wound? Did he die? Oh, fuck! What? Why? He's hiding it since he confessed. Truthfully, I couldn't believe it at first, but seeing how desperate she was, I ultimately wanted to help Kenon escape. Ha! After I witnessed Kenon shoot Forte from the elevator, he fell quickly, and I saw his bracelet turn pink. I realized that because she wasn't with Lyle or Echo, Kenon would be the most likely implicated as the culprit, so I did what I had to do. I stabbed Forte's body several times through the gunshot wound to conceal it, make it look like he had died of blood loss from lacerations rather than this shot. And since I was the only one on the trial grounds, the blame would be redirected to me. After all, Hannah wants to leave just as much as any of us. Why not give her the advantage? Say! What kind of arc are you on? No way. And what if she's lying? What if she's lying about seeing the bracelet turn pink after the gunshot wound, and it only turned pink after she stabbed? Oh, that could fuck us up so bad. The only thing we're going off of is Say's testimony, and she's very untrustworthy right now. No way. So, Canon became the culprit without even seeing her victim fall. Is that it? I can't argue with that. I didn't even see whether or not he died. But you're just going to accept it? All I know is that I fired a shot and someone ended up dead. What else is there to say? And unfortunately, as far as we know, the surrounding conditions of Forte's death are indisputable. And Say is the only eyewitness. But is there really all there is to it? Given that I ultimately wound up in the foyer, it stands within reason that Canon indeed visited the trial grounds, causing the elevator cab to go up and bring me back down after the assault. And you witnessed that I did not find the revolver on my person after I awoke. I can't argue with that, but listen to you, it's been all laid out on the table. I'm not hiding anything this time. You want to keep going with this discussion because the truth is hard to swallow. Is that it? I have news for you. These trials are full of impossible to accept facts. I'm sorry for continuing this vicious cycle, so won't you just allow me to leave with whatever is left of my dignity? Let me receive punishment already. No, that's not it at all. I just... If there's something bothering you, just spit it out already. I couldn't help but think there was something missing. I was racking my brain for an answer for something. The story just feels off to me. I just don't know why. Everything's out in the open. What else is there to deliberate? Nothing. Don't be a coward and just vote me off already. If there's no proof of another culprit, then you're just endangering yourself with an incorrect vote. I'm sure there's something else we could talk about that could save you. Canon, don't you care that you could be executed? Of course I care, dumbass. Of course I care. But who am I to argue with these facts? They're impossible to dispute. Oh, that sprite. She looks so defeated. Damn it, Canon! It's my punishment, isn't it? It's only fair that I get what I deserve. I can't fight it. I don't know what to think. None of us had an inkling of what truly occurred on the trial grounds. Canon admitted that she shot Forte. Say claims that the shot was what killed him. Say masked a gun wound by stabbing Forte several times, allowing Canon a clean getaway. But since Canon unexpectedly confessed, there's no reason for Say to keep secret the fact that she disturbed the crime scene, making it appear the way she did. All I could do is take their word as truth, right? What about the head wound? What about the head wound? And what about the fact that Say could be fucking lying so she could get away with it, so that we vote Canon and we're like, oh, it's obviously Canon. It's like, why would she protect her in the first place? And then, other than to give us this fact that, other than to conceal the fact that it could be her. Canon and Say's testimonies were the only thing we had to work with, yet I couldn't help but feel like there's much more to this. I was struggling to find the truth in this trial, but would it lead me to a dead end? A dead end? Missy said something like that when I went with her and Forte the first time. We ran into the dead end of sorts when we were investigating the courtroom. We couldn't find Zero or any other hints. And then we were all killed one by one shortly thereafter. But something inexplicable occurred as my consciousness faded. I returned to the time before we split into two groups. This time, when I went with Lyle's group, I had information I never could have known if I didn't go with Missy's group first. I knew the testing chamber's code somehow, and that Pandora's incubated sister was Gaia, the ultimate cartographer. Was it possible that I needed to pursue this dead end? Huh. I grit my teeth. I had an absurd idea. What? The discussion is over. There's nothing wrong. Okay. Canon is the culprit. Let's go over my classmates who all had the same painted, startled expression at the finality of my decision. All of them were shocked. Except Say.
That's right.
Nothing is wrong. They were suddenly obliged, calling forward the vote screens to the other students. Everyone was dumbfounded, but with no other option lay before them, only one vote was to be made. Damn it. Come. You're fucking wrong, aren't we? Class trial adjourned. We're gonna have to go again.
Shin! Whatever how do you pronounce it? Canon? Thanks for all your hard work!
The room shook as the walls behind Canon opened to reveal its dark depths. Canon herself simply turned from her place to the sands and walked into the shadow. This is it! I fell in the sand, my feet pounding as they carried me towards the hallway beyond the walls. What on earth are you doing? I paid no attention to the guy's call. I was pursuing a dead end. I slipped in, Guy saw his expression along with the other shocked cries echoing through the halls just before the walls shut. My head was thrashing from fear. Each breath I took was heavier than the last. I threw myself into an execution. Whoa, shit! Are we gonna, kill ourselves again so that we can go back and be like, hey, bitches, I know what's gonna happen. Let's take that information and see what we can do with it. Canon! I casually stepped forward. A veil of darkness caused me to lose all my bearings.
Echo, what the hell are you doing here?
I blindly chased after Canon's voice, each step taking enormous effort as I fought against all my instinctive self-preservation.
This isn't right! What do you mean? You all voted for this! This is my punishment, isn't it?
I was closing in on her.
That's right, this is your punishment. This is everyone's punishment.
Wait, what? Roaring machinery clicks into place as bursts of light flooded the room. Powerful lights bled through my closed eyelids, burying the back of my head. With each flash, the sound of an object darting through the air hit the floor before us. Each saw approaching our very location.
No! 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 No!
Canon's cry pealed out amidst the sound of gunfire.
Ah!
All I could see was the fire and flash and the silhouette of her body convulsed violently, each hit pulling her body apart.
Ah!
A sharp object narrowly darted past me, tearing through my coat, breaking the skin. Blood began to ooze from the cut. Her cannon clapped before me. I surged with the sound, tried to find her, guiding my hand through the darkness in vain. Ah! Pinpricks met my hand. Needles? I felt around the shot and picked one up. It was a small, near invisible thing on the ground, but when shot at high speed, the needles became lethal. A series of flashes fired up. Another series of flashes fired up, blinding me. Between flashes, I saw the mangled body that used to be Canon, now a disfigured, bloody mass. Ah! Galaxies of blood filled my mouth and I began to choke. A sharp pain melted its way through my throat. I buckled immediately. Pains of anguish overwhelmed my senses. If I was wrong about this, if I was terribly, absurdly, ridiculously wrong, I just put my life in danger for nothing. But following this dead end, there had to be something strange. Let's figure out the situation. I only felt pain. Terrible sensation sank into my blood, and an inflaming ache rushed through every inch of my body. Yes, okay. If there's something bothering you, just spit it out already! I grasped my throat. My skin was undamaged, only the startling phantom pain of a needle that pierced my throat remained. I wiped my brow and met the gaze of concerned faces staring back from my exclamation. Canon, alive once more, rivaled my panicked gaze with her own stoic expression just a few feet away from me. She was still waiting for a vote. Are you okay? Swallowing hard, I finally realized the purpose of these harrowing strange occurrences. They gave me a glimpse of everything that could go wrong. Somehow, I managed to escape death twice. Why was I able to experience an alternate history like that. I couldn't begin to fathom an explanation. I was trembling. My heart was hammering in my chest. But if this were anything like the moment before entering the testing chambers, setting my breathing, there ought to be something useful in the moment of time between coming to a senses on the culprit and being executed. If I gather what I learned from the two curses ending in death, perhaps I can put together a picture of what could have occurred. As far as the group was aware, the only crews we had to work with or found were on the crime scene, and there weren't many to begin with. Forte's body had multiple lacerations clustered in one area due to Sei hiding the gunshot wound inflicted by Cannon. He also had a small pool of blood near the back of his head. However, the other source of blood near the back of his head was what bothered me. Nothing clearly visible caused the injury. I didn't know how to explain the life-saving phenomenon I just experienced, but I knew I had to take the opportunity it gave me to find the truth. Look, I still don't think we have the full picture. Please, I can't vote for Cannon.
So, you're implicating Sei as well?
Not exactly, but her presence is important. If you think something missed me, just shout it out. You won't know what's going on in that head of yours if you keep stopping the trial for no reason. That's the problem. I don't know where to start. I couldn't get sway the group with the absurd notion that Kano will be wrongfully executed. I didn't have the means to explain how I knew such a thing. I just think we ought to continue deliberating the details. There's something bothering me. If you could just entertain me with this, I'd like to further address the lacerations. While Cannon admitted she shot Forte, she didn't know whether or not it was the shot that killed him for certain.
I saw her shoot him, and you're a possible culprit, bitch! We shouldn't trust your testimony!
But let's say the shot itself didn't kill him right away. As far as I could tell, the stab wounds and the subsequent hidden gun wound weren't near his vitals. They were around his lower abdomen. Exactly! They weren't near anything like vital. And remember, the condition for lifting the darkness was to kill. Cannon, when did the lights go out? They went out seconds after I fired and just before the elevators closed on me. The elevator was still working though. I couldn't see a thing, but I felt the cab move, bring me down to the foyer without a hitch. After I arrived in the foyer level, I waited out the darkness in the elevator cab before running out into the atrium. Oh my god! She waited out the darkness, and the darkness fell seconds after she fired. Oh, Lyle. We were just as immobilized in the testing chambers as Cannon was in the elevator cab, and had to wait out the darkness as well, so that means Forte wasn't killed instantly. Sei was taking advantage of the interstate, taking the dagger from him with little resistance and retaliated. He must have fallen weak from Cannon's chance shot, and when the lights went out, Sei stabbed him, finishing off to lift the darkness. In that case, what he said about covering for Cannon was a lie. It was a stupid lie anyway. Why would she cover for her? So you really stabbed Forte to death?
Forte did nothing wrong, Sei! And he actually did!
Yes, he knows it. Cannon saw it too. I saw? I turned the dagger on Missy first. She was smart to prove it. Forte would be next.
What are you talking about? I only saw Forte with the dagger facing off against you!
And when did Sei acquire the dagger?
If Forte didn't push Mission away in the time, she would have fallen instead.
Oh. No, you can't mean that!
And why not?
I planned the attack after I saw you pin the dagger into the wall. I took it. If you were planning on attack, why didn't you do so sooner? You had a perfect opportune time when we were on the elevator going to the trial grounds.
You're asking why I didn't attack sooner?
What was stopping you from doing what I'm telling you to convince me about?
This doesn't make sense. Why is Simp me all you did?
That's enough! We're not getting anywhere like this. But this is a discussion. It's impossible to make heads or tails of this. We had a culprit from the start. Sei! We drew out the trial only for Cannon to take ownership of a hidden gun wound, and now we are really back to square one. Sei met the requirements for lifting the darkness and hit the gun wound, so we would vote wrong. Neither me, Mitzi, nor Echo were at the scene. So basing our conjecture on the testimonies of the two most suspicious people it's impossible. Damn it! How could we possibly find the truth based on their word and word alone? Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I understood Lyle's frustration, but bearing all discussion so far, there's always been an obvious culprit staring right at our face. But something inside me kept resisting the easy answer. I simply couldn't accept Say as the culprit. I had to think. Strange occurrences ending in death. I learned something I normally would not have. With no tangible proof of what I needed to express, I put my faith in the facts I learned from my memories of the events, hoping something would work out. I put my faith in, believing no one here could kill. Not after what happened twice already. Just why did I experience those strange occurrences? In the two scenarios, my life was gravely threatened, and yet I stood here with the memories of those events. After all, they had to happen for a reason, right? It was far-fetched, but I had to utilize what I learned, with hopes that the facts learned would guide me in the right direction. I have to think about what I've come to know. The information we learned when we visited Cyrus's room. It was about the killing game. The game was an experiment to see who would survive and win, to overcome the other ultimate students. In the game, the participants were paired and close students to create friction between relations. The game was set up to sow chaos and disorder. Say was listed along through the former student Akihiko, now known to us as Zero. After Missy, Forte, and I came to a dead end in our search, we discovered Kanon had been killed. Missy and Forte fell shortly after, and I, the last one standing, heard the voice of the assailant, Say. She pleaded for escape, but in my near-death haze, I could recall Zero himself telling me, Say, you don't want the prize. That even after eliminating everyone, killing wasn't the answer. I was whisked back in time somehow, back to the decision that will bring me to this point. Alive. Those were things I learned before falling to my demise. Falling for a sparse moment, that is. Finding new life mysteriously breathed into me, I wandered a different path, utilizing information that I learned from my previous experience. That information had led us, here to contemplate another murder. Foolish to think that the experience would be my last, as I would come to relive near death once again while our discussion became deadlocked. This time I risked emulating that strange dead end occurrence to pursue the thing I believe was missing from Forte's murder. It was a brief experience, but I saw the method Zero used was a cannon. Small, near invisible needles shot at high speeds, and little else before returning here. The truth felt close, but I felt an apprehension rising in my chest. Say, tell me, what happened after Kanon shot Forte?
What happened? I stabbed Forte! How many times do I have to tell you?
You stabbed Forte, but did you kill him?
Isn't it obvious?
It's not. Kanon claims that before she shot you, Forte was the last one in possession of the dagger. The lights went out shortly after, and from that point, no one can really say who had the dagger. Oh! Are we saying that Forte killed himself to save Kanon? Fuck! And though the dagger was plunged into Forte's abdomen, giving us the impression of it being the murder weapon, I couldn't help but think otherwise. Primarily because of the scenario we found ourselves in. There was a constant pressure put upon us with personalized motives spread through our exploration, that is, until Lyle's final personalized motive. With a heavy darkness to stoke our fear, we would be scrambling until someone acted maliciously from the previous set pressure. But I couldn't even see my own hand in front of my face, let alone begin to think of a plan to kill and get away with it, so to carry it out to fruition would be near impossible. If the entire building was indeed plunged in such thick darkness, I can't help but think, how could any of us have killed Forte? That's interesting phrasing. Yeah, what are you on to? Recall when our group split, Zero mentioned something interesting.
So, you all decided to split up? Aw, that's alright. No sweat off my back, figuratively speaking, obviously. Thanks to your crazy brain seconds so okay where you are. There's no escaping from you quite yet.
It seems he's able to know our whereabouts within the building. In this case, he was able to locate us from our bracelets. Huh. Are you implying that Zero's... Hold on. Are you implying Zero has taken moves to actively, through discreetly, participate in the game with us? There's no going back. Yes. I believe Zero might have had a hand in killing Forte. Oh, shit!
That's nonsense!
Have you lost your mind?
Where
are you going with this, Zero? I know you want us to entertain you, but this is a little much, isn't it? Mayo, please. I know it's a lot to ask, but I want you to trust me.
I'd like to see you reading this funny little idea as well, Echo.
Al's intense leer burned through me, but he fell silent and allowed me to continue. I must be observing my next unpredictable move, just like when I suggested knowing the testing chamber's code. Zero idly gazed back at me, a complete poker face masking whatever scheme he was plotting. But couldn't it be that Forte committed suicide? I don't know. I felt a strange sense of conviction that connecting an execution method with the mysterious pool of blood that was behind Forte's head would lead me to the answer I was seeking. I choose what I learned from Cannon's execution dead end. The fact that Zero had prepared a barrage of needles. Oh! It's like Missy said, the more he talks, the faster his options will diminish. If Zero's readying himself for an explanation, this is my opening to draw something out for him. Zero, I want the truth. The truth that you're the one behind this.
The truth? Let's see if we can find it.
Discussion commenced, bitch!
You're making a ridiculous accusation, you know. How could I have possibly killed a student? I can only operate from within the courtroom.
You have a fucking body, bitch. Zero is noting me. His voice is unwavering, but there's a statement somewhere I can use.
You're making a ridiculous accusation, you know. How could I possibly kill a student? I can only operate from within the courtroom.
Yes, as far as we've seen, you can only operate from within the courtroom. That's where the body turned up, isn't it? How much is obvious. The announcement summoned us to the courtroom. There's no evidence of the crime being moved from one place to another.
What weapon do you suppose I could have killed him with? The weapon available was a dagger. Say you admitted to using it. And I definitely didn't electrocute you supersonic on anyone this time around. Face it, there's nothing in the courtroom that shows I had anything to do with this.
The location.
What weapon do you suppose I could have killed him with? The only weapon available to us was the dagger. Say I meant to using it. I definitely didn't. Nothing in the courtroom.
It is sure there's nothing in the courtroom, but there are things beyond the courtroom walls. Namely, tools used for execution that you clearly have some agency over. You conveniently admitted the cause of death because it would have implicated someone not from our group. Based on what everyone knows, it sounded far-fetched, but to me, it was the only thing that made perfect sense. Zero seemingly had no power in the courtroom, proven by the fact that during the past two trials, the hologram's purpose had been purely cosmetic. That said, the machinery hiding behind the trial walls themselves could very well suffice not only as tools for execution, but for murder and end up itself.
That's how it's gonna be, huh? So, are you implying I took Forte beyond the walls, executed him, and dumped the body back out? Why wouldn't I just execute him and leave his body with the rest of the punished students? He didn't do anything to receive execution anyway. I'm not so heartless, you know.
You're missing a piece in your argument! Echo, this discussion is going nowhere. What would Zero even have to gain from participating?
I have nothing to gain from intervening. And in my position, I certainly have nothing to lose.
If the ultimate prize is so desirable that even an arbiter of the game will want to win it, why didn't Zero simply eliminate us from the start? Well, that's a good point. I haven't unearthed anything useful from Zero yet. And if it's within reason, if Zero wanted the prize well, we wouldn't have survived this for long. So, there has to be a reason why. Echo, this discussion is going nowhere. What would Zero even have to gain from participating? Gain for intervening, as I certainly have nothing to lose. You have your fucking body. Hang the fuck on. Nothing to lose? Oh, you got some to lose, boy. The location and the method was clear to me, but the motivation sunk me. I had to concentrate. If Zero truly had nothing to gain by executing us all, why did he only now carry out a plan to murder one of the game participants? If he had nothing to gain, there must have been something he didn't want to lose. Something he wanted to keep. Something or someone he wanted to protect. Say! I knew it! Zero and Say. They have some sort of connection. That very connection could become the motive I'm looking for. Hannah noticing Forte with the dagger last just before the lights went out. Since Say is unscathed and the room showed no signs of a gunshot on the wall, it's clear Forte must have taken the shot. If Forte had the dagger the entire time, he could have used it against Say. If Zero were observing his offense against her, then he would have a reason to consider Forte a threat to Say. That has to be it. It's impossible for me to say with any certainty what exactly occurred in the courtroom. However, I can think of a reason why it happened.
Yeah, right.
It's not for the ultimate prize. Like Lyle said, if the ultimate prize is so desirable, why wouldn't Zero get rid of us all from the beginning? In that case, winning the ultimate prize has nothing to do with why Zero acted. Although he isn't strictly a participant, he's still involved. That involvement. Something connecting us as the participants to him as an overseer. Lyle. You have something very important that will complete the picture. The note. It reads, if you recognize one since depicted, you finally found me and are safe. Please don't speak to note's existence. Trust no one but yourself. Lyle discovered the note in the pantry after seeing Say duck in there for a brief moment. Say must have noticed something as early as the third day. No, even earlier since Zero's envelope showed on the second day. It was like Canon said. When the killing game announcement came on, Say must have been clued in on the person behind it.
She's known all this time and played us for fools by ducking out of confrontation.
Says the other insider. Simp profile didn't explicitly document any involvement with the game, but her files were paired alongside Akahiko's, the one we currently call Zero. On the second day, when Zero summoned us to the auditorium to present a special gift, this note must have been it! Based on what we know, it's now clear that Say must have some insight on who Zero is. However, instead of thinking Say was a spy within our ranks, conniving with Zero to plot against us, Zero is the one trying to bridge the gap between participant and arbiter to intervene with Say's safety. Huh? Wait! But even if that's the case, why would Say go out of her way to direct the attention of implicating herself as a culprit? Isn't that action in dimension opposition of what you're implying?
No! I killed Forte! He deserved it, after all!
She was seeking her own safety by placing the blame on herself. The false culprit causing it to vote indirectly and inevitably causing us all to die.
Zero has nothing to do with it!
Say did it Forte during this trial was of her own volition, shattering the connection between her and Zero. If he killed to keep her safe, she completely threw the sentiment out the window.
I'm the only culprit! Vote for me!
Well, Zero, what do you have to say about all this?
I'll never know the answer if you don't vote. Sacred facts, stopping you from accepting your judgment, Ruth. You want to believe your friend, don't you?
What's stopping me? So I know how this ends. I want to believe she could never do something like that. You know, even though she killed me in the other room and literally everyone else, I don't, yeah.
That's it. Just like you're completely out of this world conjecture about me interfering, you have no tangible basis to trust her either. Such irresponsible thinking could lead to an execution, you know.
Zero wasn't going to be shaken so easily. The fact that his arguments are lofty and it's intangible gave me some solace that I could turn this trial around. I could do so by focusing on the subject of his motivation. Say, I'm not going to vote for you. You're the only one who knows what happened for certain. So please, tell us why. Why are you trying so hard to make us vote incorrectly? You can't possibly want us all to get executed, do you? That's exactly what I want. Complete execution. Oh, hi there, Say. Okay. Say. Jesus Christ.
Even though Canon admitted to something she didn't do, I went with it for the sake of redirecting the vote. Regardless if you voted for her or for me, it was going to be wrong. We'd all face execution. And we'd finally be freed from this horrible game.
Say, you can't possibly believe leading us to a demise is the right answer! Why not? I hate it! I hate it! I hate it! Pandora's gone. Art is gone. Cyrus is gone. Ashley is gone. Now Forte's gone. Because of me. Can't stand any of this pain and suffering. It's endless. Zero killed Forte to protect me, but I don't care. I don't know who Zero is anymore. I came all this way to find the shell of somebody I knew. When will this nightmare end? When can we escape? Even if we don't kill, someone dies and we're still stuck. We're trapped. And I'm tired of believing in something that will never happen. I have nothing to lose and nothing to gain. Why keep going? What's the point of fighting? Everyone is slipping out of my fingers and I'll be left alone. Alone? See, look around you. You're not alone. What? Say you have nothing left to lose, but what about the people standing before you? We are enduring the pain, the guilt, the torment of surviving for nothing. Endurance? Survival? Please, we can figure this out together. It's pointless at the 11th hour. So what? Our endurance is worthless. She's spiraling. I need to convince her that she's not alone. That this fight is worth fighting. Oh, okay. We survive another few hours until one of us is picked again. I'm expecting simp time to process. The cycle will continue until it ceases to exist. Are you? But a complete execution won't solve the problem. If there is another way out, I'm certain. There's another way out, I'm certain of it. There must be, so please, help me. No, I can't. I can't stand anymore. The fear of what will come next. It's all so awful. I can't stand anymore. So like Saber Drag on and getting you. Forget living the same and let me go. Are you? Forget? I want to stop this game too, but we shouldn't forget the turmoil our friends went through. Pandora, Art, Cyrus, Ashley, and Forte. We can't simply abandon our memories of them in the past. I'm not going to stop the game by voting for you. I'm not going to abandon my memory of you either. Me? But I don't understand. After what I've done to sabotage this trial, why for my sake it's hopeless? Insignificant, futile, hopeless, worthless, horrible, and useless. Come on! I'm blinking with my heart. That's not true! I can't breathe. The truth of hopelessness was staring us straight in the face. There was no denying it. But I'm not straight, and I felt a desire to combat the terror that hung over us, and above all, after experience would say ditched us out of desperation, I felt a responsibility to vouch for her innocence, the only way I knew how. Say, you're not alone. You're here with us as our friend. And you're not alone in feeling scared and hopeless. Everyone's trying their best to keep their head above the water. I don't know what will happen after this, or if we'll even make it out, but we have to try.
I did a horrible thing to Forte. Isn't the ending what I deserve?
It's not your fault.
How can you know that?
I believe you. Please, I don't want to see us go through anything like this again, so if you're the only one who knows for certain who the culprit is, the game will surely be over after we uncover this last truth. After all, you didn't kill Forte.
How could I? Of course I didn't kill him. I was so scared. I
Echo was right about the motives. The fact that little by little everyone was being pushed in some way or another into distress. I felt the pressure mounting. Who was to know what sort of motive would be delivered? I took the dagger to protect myself. I couldn't possibly know what was going on. I never had after those motives, could I? I was even relieved that I didn't get a motive because I couldn't help but think about everyone else's, that everyone would be given a reason to turn on one another. And when Forte said he would take matters into his own hands, I feared for my life. I froze after I slashed Missy and he overtook the dagger. What Canon said was only half the story. He did appear to have the advantage over me, but it was just performance. A performance for the only possible person in the audience. The lights went out.
Darkness! Lyle's gift! Direct from his fears to you! Only murder will lift the darkness.
What the? 14 hour plunged into a never-ending darkness. Even though I hadn't moved, I couldn't even tell where the floor was. But somehow, he found me. Don't move a muscle! And it seemed he quickly took action to meet the darkness-lifting condition. Finally, Forte had the dagger pointed at my throat. I could feel the chilling, cold seal just inches away. So, finally, all time stopped. Forte was as still as stone with the dagger poised for my hand. He was just something so low I thought I had imagined it. A stage where every man must play a part, and mine, a sad one. Ah! Then, Forte just fell. The lights returned. I saw his body lying face up. A small pool of blood was forming behind his head. I looked to see the trial grounds walls close steadily. This Zero hologram with this awful, satisfied expression. He had a gesture. He was holding an invisible camera to clue me in on who he's gonna mark as the culprit. Even though Zero killed Forte himself. Zero planned to manipulate the outcome of the trial. See, this trial played out in my head. Forte's gun wound would have been the decisive clue. The pool behind his head probably just thought to be from the falling impact. Couldn't believe it. Forte was killed because of me, and Canon was going to be framed because of me. I picked up the dagger Forte dropped. The true culprit was never going to be found. He's going to make the trial easy and direct blame towards me, so the wrong vote and executions following could happen right away. Then, we wouldn't have to suffer a long trial. This dreadful game could finally come to an end. After all, it's my fault Forte was pushed to do such a thing to himself. Killing is the only answer here, so he's forced to the corner, using me as bait to sacrifice himself to Zero. He went through those lengths for me? Why didn't you just kill me and be done with it? I couldn't understand what had happened. So I thought if I could lead the trial to an incorrect vote, then the game would end without me having to do the terrible thing. And we'd be free from this trap. Zero saved me. He took out of harm's path. At least that's what he thought he was doing. Say, you knew that he was trying to manipulate the blame off you. So why did you still try to redirect the vote to yourself? Because I have nothing else to look forward to. I ended up here for one reason or another, and all the signs have pointed towards demise. Because even after all that, whoever that Zero is, he isn't my friend anymore. Now, I have nothing. Say, you must know by now that we're here for you. Missy's right. We've been trapped, that much is certain, but we're not isolated. We have each other, and together we can help each other build hope for escape. You don't need to act alone. Akiko, we both wanted to save someone. You don't truly think this was the answer, do you? Manipulating the trial like this, it's unruly.
Akiko isn't here anymore. Just give giving himself up to the game, his conscience has been long gone. Being so disillusioned by the way he and his fellow ultimates are treated, he dropped everything and let himself be consumed with despair. It's poetic, isn't it? He gave himself up because this game was the only thing he could cling to. It gave him purpose. In fact, Gaia is also holding on to the killing game. Can you really trust her? After all, she oversaw the game just as I am. Before you released her, that is. All she did was watch and let Pandora die.
You have no idea the sacrifice I went through. I see the idea that you think I idled and watched her die.
Uh-huh. And what have you done since to prevent it? You didn't try to stop her assailant like I did you? So, do you think Gaia's on her side? Spouting into sentiment and rolling over, doing nothing but watching the game carelessly take lives?
I mean, it's not like you fucking help either.
I'll tell you what. Your friend Gaia here did something very interesting.
Don't you dare demonize what I did!
Excuse me? I never killed anyone in my game. You, on the other hand, why, you disgust me. I invited you to open the foyer door, so what are these fools going to deliver your punishment? They have no reason to trust you after all. There are no rules, save for one. Those who kill should not get away with it! Let me give you one more try. Gaia isn't your friend. Not a chance. She's played this game once before. I'll do anything to keep herself from losing going forward. And even from the winner's circle, she did what she could to take the advantage. She's the one who trapped you in this ship!
Ship?
Huh? You're someone who won this game. You there with nowhere to go. You're completely sealed in. Left to die in isolation and confined in these walls. It's crazy, is it? In fact, trapping you all may be a ploy for her to kill again. Why not? To prove more that she's deserving of being called into ultimate.
You don't understand. I did what I had to.
Oh, of course I don't understand. You're the one giving hope to this team, yet all you've done is cause trouble! Unfortunately for you, I control what happened at this vicious circle. And I'm using this power to keep safe.
Keep me safe? You never should have brought me here in the first place!
I know. I tricked. This game's a farce. I won the killing game that preceded this one and who received the ultimate prize. The prize of a lifetime of suffering!
That's the prize? The prize. Within a group of incredibly talented individuals, should someone defeat their fellow ultimate students and come out on top, their efforts and achievements would be highly prized, wouldn't they? To see who would come out on top. That was the experiment the Preservation Project was conducting. The project wanted to gather the very best of the best for the sake of the future, as it were. The spare program has ruined whatever resemblance of Akiko remained, creating the Zero persona. Zero was a false name you ran under in the previous game after all. It's no surprise to me that it's being used again under the guise of a killing game operator. Despite that, Akiko's will to protect Sei persists in the Zero memory. Forte must have taken the risk to see whether or not the entity connected to Sei would act. I hardly recognize him anymore. His voice is the same, but I don't know who that is anymore. There's no trace left.
That's right. He's a shell of his former self. This game and all its terrors now inhabit the ultimate radio host. Aki wanted to erase the wrongdoing he committed in his game and... Ready?
Huh? 081565.
Stop!
Ooh! Hologram cracked it out. The program was fighting itself right before our very eyes.
What happened? Your efforts are wasted! You gave yourself up to despair, and yet you still try to deliver a signal of hope! You defied your own actions, the very self-preservation action that saved you in the last game! What happened to selfishness?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, of course, Beth.
I'll bury you!
Naruto recalled Zero was fighting itself, its current form and a former form, trying to make sense of its own actions. Zero, 1, 0, 0, 1, 0. What the fuck? A conflict we cannot control. I have lots of stuff prepared. If he cannot just overcome the darkness. Light shudder as we watch Zero's fight unfold. Zero entity fought his way to dominance, greeting us with its haunting grin.
Well. I guess you got me. Hey. Fine. The jig is up. I won't resist as I've been thoroughly caught in the act by some triumph of the hope of whatever nonsense you want to admit. After all, I wouldn't be doing your average justice to keep fighting back after you went through so much trouble. There must have been some rough luck that you got out of this one, huh? Who are you, Echo? I don't know how you, a talentless nobody, managed to realize the trick I pulled off. By all accounts, you all should have been executed by now. If all went according to my manipulation, K-Rod should be in a pincushion and the rest of you dropped to incinerator. Although, what's stopping me from letting that happen? I'll execute myself and bring you all with me.
Don't you dare!
This is the last show with your host, Zero. Signing off today's cast with Eternal Dead Air!
The lines boomed violently, oversaturating the trial grounds with a blast of glaring. Damn it! No! A tremor tore through the room. The sound of metal creaking filled the halls. The lights flickered dizzyingly as we all struggled to gain footing. Everyone, get down and cover your head and neck! All dove to the floor, each quake jolting us to and fro with ease. Ka-thunk. Shaking came to a low rumble. The ground eventually settled into stillness once more. The lighting returned to a dim glow, and the five of us cautiously rose to our feet. The trial grounds were quiet. Where's that bastard, Zero? Lyle leapt to his feet, darting around the trial grounds for the sign of the arbiter. Are you alright? A concerned, static hologram of Gaia illuminated the room. We're fine, no thanks to you! I'm sorry, I didn't anticipate the superstructure would have buckled under pressure. Seeing as Zero overloaded the systems, the adverse effect on his self-inflicted execution may have sped up the process. What are you talking about? That doesn't explain where you were and why you're never helpful! Lyle, come on, we're all fine, aren't we? I helped Canon to her feet, as Misty did the same with Say. Are you okay, Canon?
A little shaky, but I'm all in one piece. Thanks.
Misty, Say, we're alright.
That's a relief to hear.
That's it, right? Huh? Zero's gone. The game is over. We're done here, aren't we? So let's get the hell out of here!
Hang on! Sure, he's gone, but there are so many more unanswered questions. First of all, he said we're on a ship. Even if we get out, we're still stuck, drifting out on sea.
If there was a wholly unknown testing chamber below us this entire time, it's within reason that there's a helm hidden somewhere as well. Gaia, was it? He said you were responsible for such a thing. Is this true? Gaia sighed. I will answer your questions in due time. For now, I would like to ask that you all rest for a spell before coming down to the testing chambers. It's been a long few days for you all. What, let you jump ship through a concealed exit passageway while our guard is down? No way. Lyle, I just understand your desire to push forward, but a break would allow us to sort our thoughts. Please, I'm not going anywhere. I will await your arrival. Gaia's hologram clips out as the rest of us shuffle idly. Lyle huffs and shrugs as he makes his way to the elevator. Looks like that was the end. There's no vote, no execution, just the end. Though Zero's destruction provided some relief, I still left uneasy. There was still so much uncertainty that was lurking before us. I sighed. The rest of us followed Lyle into the elevator, and together we returned to the foyer. Us 5 remaining students left the trial grounds in the shadows for good. Chapter 4 end. 5 students remain. Chapter 4 ends and unfamiliar. Okay. Oh, okay. There's still more? While Missy, Canon, Say, and myself, only 5 of us remained. Our group, cut brutally in half by the game we were forced to participate in, found its final survivors. The very same order, we trudged out of the elevator cab and returned to the foyer. I'm going ahead. Don't wait up. I want answer. Gaia better fess up about this. Hang on, Lyle. I want to talk to her first. Alone. Why? I just need to know why she gave me a talent. How could she know something like that? Something that I'm not even aware of. Why me? Please, I need to know what's going on, and also why the fuck am I here? There's no answer to regard to that. Why am I here? If anyone knows something, it has to be Gaia, you know. Alright, fine, but being an ultimate student isn't all it's talked up to be. It's a world of misfortune. I know, I've experienced it here. I shuffled off towards the foyer doors entryway. The rest of the students stood by as well, because no one else was quite ready to go down. I wonder what was going through everyone's minds right now. Say, how's it going? Say, are you okay? Say, how's it going? Say, I'm sorry. I didn't know what to do. I didn't know anyone cared. The only answer I could see was to have it all come to an end once and for all. If we died, then we wouldn't have to suffer anymore. It would be an easy way out, but through that suffering, we'll find things to live for as well. I'm sorry. Again, you don't have to be sorry. I understand it must have been frightening to be alone. I'm right there with you. But we're not alone now. You have me, Lyle, Missy, and Canon. Say turned to me with a gentle smile. I returned a small gesture. We'll be okay. We'll make it out of here soon enough.
It's strange. You say we'll be okay. Feels like it could be true. But what comes next?
I don't know. I want to see Ashley's father. I think I have a responsibility to tell him what happened to her. And after that, decide. Well, one thing at a time. Let's just try to put all this behind us for now and focus on escaping. Say nodded.
Thank you, Echo.
Thanks for what?
You don't have to, but you care about everyone. I can see why Ashley wanted to protect you so much.
Aww. Yeah. Aww. Canon. You okay? Are you okay? Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, you know, when our friends died and, you know, the arbiter of this game is kind of fucking dead, I think. I don't know. It's confusing. Kind of bit at her nails, this whole expression taking over. Maybe it's guilt or something, but something in me wishes I did actually kill Forte. Why? I don't want to sit with this feeling. This melancholy I'm feeling right now. I always told myself that I was just a spectator whenever I took photos. It was just easier to detach myself from the emotion of the subject. There's something more tolerable in seeing someone else experience what was occurring in a photo. But it was thanks to you that we found the answer in those awful trials. I guess. And you didn't actually kill him with the gunshot either, so there's no reason to feel guilty. It's not that simple. I know, but you shouldn't wallow in these what-if feelings. It's too painful to just bottle it up. You helped us out a lot, really. I suppose. But I never wanted to get so involved. I never got the opportunity to do so before, but all this, but I want to apologize properly after turning your photo down. Don't worry about it. In fact, just forget it. I didn't particularly like the photo anyways. No, I shouldn't have been so harsh. I set my hands in my coat pocket. Huh? Wait. Somehow I found the torn photo in my pocket. Oh, does Echo keep the things from like when they like time travel? Okay. Oh, okay. Okay, I didn't know that. Somehow I found the torn photo in my pocket. I lined the two halves together. Here! You should keep it. I got this from totally cool purposes. I never, no, you weren't really close to anyone. Well, I just hope you know we still think of you as a friend. Canon carefully takes 2 pieces from me inside. Thanks. Let's get out of here alive. Oh yeah, Canon. She got the bitch face back. Missy, love my life. So, the game is over? We can only assume. Gaia probably knows more about the situation, though. It gives me peace of mind to learn that none of us would perpetuate the mutual killing game. That said, she lets out a weary sigh. Even my fortitude has its limits. You say that no one would perpetuate it, but Say tried to further the game, didn't she? She went so far as to hurt you. Would you believe me if I said didn't feel malice in her actions? Huh? Fear is a fiercely powerful tool that shakes us out of our most rational thought. The threat of life strikes the heart of any primal existence, doesn't it? Chalked up to a knee-jerk reaction. I posed a potential dangerous question that caused Say to react sporadically. Remember, she did have the dagger for a period of time before entering the trial. She could have taken any open opportunity if she were driven by malice. An odd move, but it was her move nonetheless. And my move will be to forgive it. What move is next for us, do you think? Missy pondered the question for a minute. No idea. We'll reach the land, presumably with Guy's assistance, and once we're there, a myriad of options lay before us. Do we join family? Do we make moves to seek out the Preservation Project group? Do we attempt to find the next of kin for those who died during the game? The future is uncertain. Yeah. If we start small, we'll know where to go next, though. Let's focus our energy on escaping first. I could not have said it better myself. Aww.
She's smiling with the same little dimple thingy.
I could not have said it better myself. Are we going or what? Stop having your little lovey-dovey moment over there, Kel. Yeah, I'm sorry. I don't know what to expect. I believe Gaia will be willing to talk if that's what you're worried about. She's been isolated in the testing chambers for what I imagine have been a long time. Yeah, but do you think this all could have been avoided? There's no use in dwelling on that now. What's done is done. We should put forward. Onwards! Epilogue. Burden on our shoulders. That's hot. I was wondering if I should stop soon, but man, I think I'll just go to the end. Who cares? I'll just go to the end by now. Like at this point, like I'm just gonna fucking ass blast my way through. Congratulations! The rest of the class has been eliminated thanks to your tireless efforts. So I did it, eh? Oh! Yes, Sierra, you won the ultimate prize. But may I ask something? Why did you use an alias?
Isn't it obvious? This game's all about distrust. A fake name to serve trouble, of course. It was too easy.
I see. By utilizing that distrust, you have earned yourself the final piece, Zero. Or rather, Akihiko Quartz, the ultimate radio host.
I did it!
The prize is yours. You rightfully won your place and will join your friend in the winner's circle. You have become one of them. You have become the ultimate prize.
Hold on. What are you talking about?
Join her.
It's Gaia. This is where she's been?
She's been with us, benefiting the world.
That can't be right.
And you'll become another prize ultimate student alongside her.
No.
Hey, Gaia. Oh, hello, Echo. I drifted into the testing chamber, spotting Gaia hovering over one of the capsules. A look of misery darkened her face. Are you okay? Gaia sniffled as she stared at the capsule containing Akihito's body. It was impossible to tell if he was breathing, let alone alive. It'll be fine. I was just recalling something. Where are the others? Oh, they're upstairs. I wanted to talk to you alone. Guy remained silent, awaiting my next sentence. But I didn't know where to start. tried twice. We're doing great. She noticed my hesitance and left her place in front of the capsule. She gestured for me to sit the workstation chair as she paced slowly in front of me. You must have a lot of questions. But first, if you'll spare me a moment to share my story. I nodded. I was curious to know what possibly got her to this place. The Preservation Project's killing game, known as an endeavor to create the ultimate prize. Ooh. The stress is to be expected on day one. The roster was always specifically curated to create pairs, testing the bonds between people. The crux of the game relies on broken bonds, applying pressure and motivation to spark the fire. From there, everything follows will stoke the flames and catalyze. But seeing as so many of you still survived despite the remaining time, I wonder what went differently. Nevertheless, I must say I am pleased with the results. I realize it is very difficult to find hope in things. In the darkest of times, especially is when our minds wander, thoughts led astray, distorted by fear. As a cartographer, I create maps for the places on our earth that are far greater than my own being. The vast plains, the pulsing sea, the tunneling caves. To search somewhere in the greater picture for an ultimate good, beyond my perceived world of existence, it's difficult. I realize Pandora and I are very different. She searches within individuals as I search the world. However, we were looking to spark and inspire the same thing: hope. Despair will control your lives if you let the fear and darkness of your heart run amok. If you allow those inklings to escape, the thoughts of terror will command the reins. How are we to combat such intrusions? Well, answer may vary wildly. Nevertheless, there are strategies in resistance, so I must invent something. The very thing that might be plaguing your concerns. Your talent, the ultimate memory. I fabricated it in an attempt to foil Zero's preconceptions of the game's participants. Eyes widened. I had no words. The notion of an intangible talent like that was meant to play the part of a placebo in your mind. A talent Zero couldn't test the abilities of. One only you could measure. I'd hope it would give you some peace of mind, what with your worries of not belonging. But memory? Not exactly. To give the technical term, if you had the talent pertaining to memory, you would have been probably deemed the ultimate mnemonist. However, to give us a sync title would prompt Zero to test it. I could not allow it. What kind of test would he be given? The most immediately telling test would be in speed cards. You are given a deck of shuffled cards in which you recite back all 52 in exact order as fast as possible. If you're an ultimate student, that fact would have been quickly dashed or proven with a simple test, and my counterattacking of Zero would have failed. What? Said, I was purposely not specific in bestowing the ultimate memory upon you. I'd hoped it would gel with Sirius's falsified talent of charisma. I admit it was an interesting decision he made with that one. Well, wait. Although I'd not been speaking, I felt breathless. So I was just a tool? I felt a stone drop in my stomach. No, a tool is a far cry from what I would call you. You exhibited a strength I did not expect, which was the ability to see through Zero's ploy. Strength? And more importantly, you saved your fellow students. You are a wild card. Or perhaps you do indeed wield a special ability. You maintain your constitution even under immense pressure and stress. Stop! Gaia was shocked in the silence of my outburst. Gaia, I understand that you must have been through a lot. I really do. But to manipulate us around in this game as pawns, isn't that too cruel? Isn't that action in itself becoming just as bad as the people who trapped you here in the first place, utilizing ultimate students as a means to an end? You are a product of their test. You should know better than anyone to toy with people's lives. Gaia clenched her hands together and her eyes fell into a glazed state. I could see her straining to adjust her thoughts. She blinked slowly, and her gaze met mine once again. I apologize, putting you all through this. It wasn't meant to happen. It's true, I failed to cultivate the hope required to withstand pressure from the killing game. I failed Aki, in the end. It's not that. I think you need to take a step back. People aren't just instruments to be molded for use. As far as I've seen, everyone here, ultimate student notwithstanding, has the potential to inspire hope. But we won't get anywhere by recklessly pulling strings, nor will we get any results by forcing a result. Gaia was silent and unmoving, as if she were holding her breath. I'm sorry. I'm showy. I never understood Pandora's methods, but I think I see now what she was doing. Her way of inspiring hope would start small and would crescendo into something powerful. Why did I not see it until now? It's too late to mourn the past. It's too late to mourn the past. Some things are just meant to happen. All we can do is take small steps forward towards the future, each moment after. Gaia sighed and nodded. She fell silent once again. Her expression was tight. Her head wilted, heavy with regret. You're not even gonna tell her about your time travel shit? Okay. I returned upstairs to give Gaia some time. After a moment, I ushered the others down to the testing chambers. When I came back, Gaia was at the workstation, focused on the monitors once more. Missy and Sayed lingered through the testing chambers, anxiously looking at the containment unit and monitors. Sayed stiffened up before Akihiko's unit, but instead of reacting in any way, she remained unmoving. Zero said we're on a ship, yeah? So where's the bridge? Let's dock and get the hell out of here once and for all. If we're on the ship, wouldn't the bridge be to the trial grounds? Zero did say the trial grounds was within a superstructure. HMCS Apothegum is much larger than you've seen. The collection of rooms Zero privy to was only within the quarter deck. There are a number of bridges scattered across the ship, as are there other rooms. I don't care about the other room, just tell us where the navigation station, command center, control room, whatever is then. We have to steer this thing toward land so we don't die at sea. Zero said you got us into this mess, so you better help us get out of it. Gaia was quiet. She had an apprehensive look in her eye, but remained typing at the workstation. That is, you will help us, right? Despite what she'd gone through, Gaia's intentions were difficult to read. I couldn't tell whether or not she wanted to escape. Gaia directed her attention to several monitors, pulled up several images of. I can't see a thing in these monitors. What are you showing us? Wait, what is that? Looks like some kind of squid. Well, that only makes sense. We are sailing on the sea. Are we underwater? Yeah, but why can't we see anything outside? A feeling of dread flows my blood as I gaze at the near black screens. There are no clear views outside because we are at the bottom of the sea. What the fuck? What? I scuttled the ship. I did what I believed was the most beneficial thing for all of us trapped here. That can't be. The atrium and the trial grounds have both revealed the changing sky to us throughout the day. Simple glass projections. This ship is equipped with a bleeding edge technology. It should come to no surprise seeing as its engineer is also an ultimate student. And how exactly did you think Sinky Assault was going to help? What were you really planning? To bring us to our deaths at the bottom of the sea? We've been fooled again! Something like that. This high printed another group of ultimate students falling into the hands of the Preservation Project experiment. Gaia, tell us, what is the Preservation Project? I gulped. And after all this time, I wasn't sure if I truly want to hear what the project was. The Preservation Project. It's a group that provides safe housing for ultimate students, protecting them from whatever can endanger them from utilizing their talents proper. That's what it is, between the whispers between ultimate students outside these walls. However, the truth of the matter is that everything you previously knew about the project is smoke and mirrors. The project activities, the safe house, the earthquakes himself. It's the front for the project's true intentions, to create the ultimate student. Something of this magnitude and effect would obviously require immense resources. These people responsible for taking art under their wing lobbied for the resources necessary to pull this off. And the powers that fabricated this scenario are the product of ultimate students, just like ourselves. How is it possible? Thought manipulation. With the correct seeds planted, one known as the ultimate psionic was able to cause distress, pushing students towards the project's so-called safe house. The reach of their ability required two keys, something visual and something auditory. One of those seeds must have been the letter we all received. There was a distinct watermark at the bottom of the letter. That must have been the visual key.
And the auditory key must have been Aki's voice casting the project information out.
Therefore, the reason Echo wasn't aware of any of this is because they never experienced exposure to either of the two keys. I was speechless. So, it was a mistake that I was included in this group at all. But why? But how? Why are you here, Echo? But after being here to help everyone, it would be cruel to call this a mistake. Lyle and Missy took time with Guy to survey the setting they found themselves in. The ship HMCS Apothegm was constructed with the vision of housing ultimate talent student in swaths of great comfort. The preservation project required soon after conception of its location for its experiment, a constantly moving location that would be difficult to reach by any ordinary means. The conductors of the experiment were situated offshore to prevent loss of people in their own ranks. The game was to be remotely conducted with the proxy serving as host. Zero occupied that service, offering himself to decide despair after his own win. To combat the puppet strings, Gaia stripped the group of our whereabouts by taking control of the main asset and casting it far beyond their reach. Our underwater demise sat 3,000 meters beneath the pulsing, icy pressure of the North Atlantic Ocean. The closest land was the shore of Greenland. The situation felt bleak, but Gaia reassured us that somehow she had prepared for this. She ideally wished to be able to save everyone. Regardless, the 5 survivors, was victory still in her eyes. Gaia's unrelenting search through the testing chamber's database revealed little about the preservation project group. She was frustrated, but determined still. Though she was a winner, there have been others that have been removed from the testing chambers due to poor health or experimentation over extension. Even among the array of winners, she had little company. The 6 of us were steeped in thought as Gaia continued to employ herself in search for knowledge. It seemed that nothing damningly confidential was saved on location. Exasperated at the lack of further information on the private group that held her captive, Gaia silently threw up her arms in defeat. We should leave. There's nothing more I can do here. I wish to attack the land site and other subsequent lurking agents. I nodded. Lyle managed to stay patient this long and ready himself in anticipation to aid in proper escape. Missy returned again after a short visit to retrieve the personal files Cyrus had. Cannon was as still as ever. We stood to exit the testing chambers, but Say remained lost in thought.
What about him?
It was clear, since she didn't know how to adjust her lost friend, her despair vessel. Gaia paused. Her heavy eyes cast a dark, downward gaze.
There's no denying it. Zero, Aki, is no longer with us.
Her voice was stern. Gaia surged towards the door without a break in her step.
Wait! What is it? We ought to board the escape pod and make a hasty retreat.
It's unwise to stay longer than we need to.
I know, but don't you feel sad? After all, you're the one who had to stop him. That was my decision. I can no longer take back my actions, can I?
I suppose not,
But what choice did I have? There are far greater concerns that need to be addressed. I can't be burdened by such feelings. Not when there's so much that needs to be done.
Gaia, I know you want to push forward, but why not take a step back and let yourself feel those feelings? I mean, you don't seem like the kind of wall in emotion, but it would be good to acknowledge the fact that you've been trapped here without help. And now we can help you. Or at least I want to.
I, myself, must atone for my mistakes. I can't stop just because I regret my actions.
Her jaw clenched as those words escaped through gnashed teeth. Who was Akihiko? Gaia's eyes softened, and her shoulders fell slack as she let out a slow sigh.
Just like all the others we've lost, he was a friend. A piece of me now gone missing. These parts of me have been carved out. The parts Pandora called her sister, and the parts Akihiko called his friend. Those pieces of me no longer exist. Death owns those memories.
Her eyes glassed over in a deep oblivion. Gaia, it's a dreadful thing I forced you all into. No one else is meant to bear these horrible experiences except me. You shouldn't have to fight through these feelings alone. It's my responsibility due to my failure. Shouldn't I be the sole recipient of such consequences? I would let despair destroy me first if it meant I were able to command its damage singularly to one and none other. Gaia, all your efforts will be meaningless if you let yourself be killed before making any change. Indeed, such loss would be absurd if you didn't make a significant move to stop the preservation that apprehended you so.
And, well, I don't know what it means to you, but I still have this.
Say I produce a small golden disc. Oh, Pandora's watch! So, don't let despair consume you yet. We're depending on you, just as you can depend on us. The room was still. I could hear the blood pumping in my ears as Gaia pondered her purpose. Of course. Vive la guerre éternelle. Leaving the testing chambers, Gaia led us to the elevator. Similarly to the infirmary, the opposite side of the elevator cab opened to reveal a long, dark hallway. The six of us trudged through the industrial hallway in hushed conversation. Gaia led the way. I followed close and everyone else was bunched together behind, as if they were still unsure whether Gaia was trustworthy or not. Gaia, I have to know something. Why did you nurse Ashley back to hell just before her execution? That's what I was thinking. You had to have known that she was a culprit, right? I didn't wish to leave you two in poor terms. What? I observed, if I recall correctly, that you and Ashley were on little speaking terms just before she went to confront Cyrus. Yeah, but it was clear to me that Ashley was powerfully driven, that nothing would stop her when she set her mind to something. And that something in this case was putting her well-being above her own. Why she did that, I of course cannot say. You ought to know better than I do. To soften the blow of the inevitable, I tried in all earnest to bring her back, to see a familiar face one more time. The hallway seemed to stretch forever. Echo. You are quite brave. Brave? In the past days, you stood tall against the face of so much anguish. What are you talking about? I'm not brave. I'm just trying to fend off these awful feelings. I can't stop thinking about what Ashley did for me. Would it not be easier to cast away the memories of those past? Getting what happened here would be depriving them of their last memory. What about a pathetic thought? Isn't it weaker to cling to outcomes that we can't change anymore? I wouldn't go that far. The fact remained, Pandora was inspired. She saw something special about you. Is that so? Like a candle, the small flame creates a vision of salvation to cut through the darkness, all the while steadily burning their waxed bodies away. But said, the next torch awaits even the slightest bit of fire. We all turned a corner and were met with a hatched door. I climbed into the escape pod. Pandora. Say. Cannot foresee. Missy. Ashley, Akihiko Quartz. Gaia. Echo Pine. I don't think I ever saw that spread of them. Finn. Is that the end? Is there more? There's more! Yeah! Oh my god! Yes! The low drone of ocean water rolling against the outer walls filled the escape capsule. causing our small group to fall silent and tense. How long has it been?
44 minutes.
It felt like an eternity had passed. Say made an inquisitive murmur as she relayed the time, gazing at one of her wristwatches. She simultaneously caught a glimpse of the killing game bracelet. I turned the chain around and noticed mine was the same. Rather than reflect the previous rose gold, our bracelets had turned a hue of pure, bright yellow gold. It seemed to notate victory from the game. No one saw any desire to make small talk during our resurfacing, as if conversation would distract from our escape. Exhaustion hung on everyone's faces. Apprehensive eyes cast a dark shadow across the metal interior. Macy let out a sharp gasp. Hey, are you okay? Everyone was alert and began to shake, her breathing broken. She looked like she was in pain.
Oh no!
Oh no? What's wrong? Then everyone started to react similarly.
My head is killing! No! Please, no!
What's going on?
Not this again!
I was horrified. Everyone was suffering right before my eyes. As soon as their pain began, they all fell still. No way. No way! I grabbed Ken by the shoulders and shook her firmly. Oh shit! Are they dead? I heard small breaths about to escape. I looked out to see that they were fortunately still breathing. They're okay. This is the doing of the ultimate psionic. Their first reactions were the events that took place when they were captured in the first place. Oh, okay. We've been trapped. Huh? How? Not sure. The preservation project must have been pursuing their rushed ship. Sierra must have sent radio signals to the land site before he stopped him. But how are you alright? They must assume I'm dead. A regrettable assumption for them. I was speechless. Just when I thought it was over, a new complication threw itself before our escape. And me? Guy looked at me with raised eyebrows. She was surprised. You're lucky. Canon, Lyle, Missy, and Say were all in an unresponsive state. It seemed they were rendered unconscious. So, what now? There is nothing we can do to stop whoever is awaiting our arrival from discovering us. We're just going to have to resurface, see what happens from there. Prepare yourself. Prepare myself? Be ready for whatever happens. Do not idle when we are discovered. It's inevitable. The best thing we can do is be prepared. I nodded. It's true. We were going to help us take action until we got out of the escape pod. I hid my breathing and closed my eyes. I felt the sound of rolling water fill my thoughts. And I racked my brain thinking about that evening with Ashley.
Alright, thanks for the lift. And be careful with your angle. I can't believe you insisted on driving even though it's broken.
That's no problem at all. Besides, my ankle's almost on healing, so it's no big deal. It's not like I drive with that foot anyways. I'm just worried since I can't walk you to the door. I want to see if Applejack was in a petting mood tonight.
My house is right there. You don't need to worry. And if she is, I'll make sure to give that kitty a good scratching for you.
Alright, thanks. Night, Ash.
Good night, Echo.
Her porch light hasn't turned on. She usually turns it on for a minute, so I know she's made it in, but I should get out and see what's going on. Ow! Click. Oh, there it is. Well, time to get back. Oh. Ring, ring. Westbridge Staples. Hello, sir. It's Echo. I was just calling to see if Ashley got in okay. I couldn't reach her cell. Hello, Echo. Why, she's just fine. I believe she's busy with a small matter at the moment, but nothing to worry about. Oh, can I ask what's wrong? Nothing's wrong, nothing at all. In fact, it's all very good news. She was approached by a gentleman who's responding to an inquiry in regards to her horseback riding. It's a fantastic opportunity, that one. I wasn't aware she signed herself up for such a prestigious thing. I'm told a pro golfer Campiano fellow was going to be there. I see. That's great to hear. I'm absolutely chuffed. My girl's off to do great things, I tell you. It's a winding process, as I'm told, so it'll be a while yet before she'll be able to spare the time. I see. Please wish her luck for me. I have to give her a call back when she's free to hear all about it. Will do. I'm sure she'll be over the moon, talking your ear off while the formality's been taken care of. And Deco? I'm happy that Ashley has a friend like you. Thank you for taking care of her. Aww. Not a problem. It's the least I could do. Thank you for playing. Wow. Holy shit. Man. No, there probably won't be, but I want there to be a sequel so we know what happens after. Holy shit, man. I'm not very good at critiques or reviews, so I'm just gonna say that was a fucking awesome game. And if whoever made these games is making another game, whether it's Danganronpa related, Zero Escape related or not, like, I'd probably be fucking down. I'll have to check out their itch.io and see if they have any of their cool games, so. Yeah. I just wish art lasted longer. Man, I'm gonna just think about this for a while and just stare at the ceiling and just write fan fiction about what happened after, I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna do after this, honestly. I think I want to play I have a few games I've been meaning to play, but sort of put off for danganronpa lapse. So, yeah. And of course I'll continue my Sims 4 series. Of course, you know, to cope with the trauma of all this. So, yeah. If you guys have any suggestions, leave them in the comments down below. And, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoyed. And don't forget to check out the links in my description to see, you know, what I got going on. And thank you guys again so much for watching. And hopefully I'll see you guys next time.